Let's talk about the leaked transcript of Hunter Biden's full plea deal, and reveals how sneaky the lawyers and the prosecution tried to hide the clause giving him a blanket immunity and crazy unprecedented tactic.
You want me to
So,
talk about it?
I mean, yeah, go ahead and
I'm
add your.
pissed
Yeah, you
because an
should be.
average black man, an average white man, an average Hispanic would not have that plea deal. What they were trying to give Hunter Biden yesterday was unprecedented. That meant anything that he ever done or anything that he would have done, he would have skated. And I don't feel like Lil Pookie or Ray Ray or Jose or even Jim Bob. It's not right. It's not right. And this is where you see in where money talks, Bush walks. That's pretty much how I feel about it.
And shout out to the judge that actually caught all this stuff that they tried to add into this plea deal. The Trump
So,
appointed judge.
and that's kind of what makes me angry. I see a lot of people saying, well, he's never done anything wrong. Just picking up the laptop and just going into the very first laptop that was left behind by the crackhead himself, and you're going to give it to a legally blind, shop owner or a computer shop owner. That computer shop owner turned all of the laptops, and it was a total of 4 laptops. But he turned over a couple of them after he made, copies of the laptop. He turned it over to the FBI. And for the FBI to actually stand on this guy's laptop and not do anything about it, knowing that there was underage little kids in that laptop. I'm just talking about the laptop that made me stay up for
Oh
4
man.
months hating him. What I saw in that laptop, I know this about Hunter Biden. He loves his dangling. He loves doing porno. He loves sleeping with people on camera. He loves taking pictures of himself, and he loves snitching on his family. So I had no idea what the meaning of dark winter meant when Joe Biden got up there on stage and said, it's going to be a dark winter. Well, if you go into the Hunter Biden laptop, there's 1 white man and 2 Chinese men, and the 2 Chinese men stated plainly, when America knows what hit them, they will understand what a dark winter means.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it is that all these different things. Did you hear about when they had there was a girl in there, it was a black girl in there, and they tried to say it was Obama's daughter.
That was her ass in the air.
Damn.
You didn't look at
I
the
was hold on.
laptop. I looked at
I
the
mean,
laptop.
I
saw the
seen bits and
laptop.
pieces of it, but I mean, I didn't know if that was his daughter, Obama's daughter,
You
or
didn't
not.
see
I'm
the
like, they
credit
doing it
card.
like
You
that.
didn't see the picture of the credit card with the little small white powder on the credit card.
Yeah, I think saw that, but I didn't see anything
Then
that said that was.
where in the world do you get the credit card that literally states Malaya? Is it L-A-I? What is it? L-I? What is it? M-I-L-I-A? Obama. It was right on the credit card.
Damn.
This is the where I think, because I used to be a part of Parler. There was a website or a social media platform called Parler at the time. So when all this started first coming out, it was on Parler, and there was this guy named Lude, L-U-D-E. It was every hour on the hour he was dropping things out of the Hunter Biden laptop. And I mean the text messages, the paperwork, the videos, and the pictures. So me, being more nosier than I should have been, is I delved into that laptop. And when this is how much it affected me, because I can tell you what day it was. It was October the 13th, 2020. When I got into that laptop, I didn't understand what a cryptocrat is. And a cryptocrat is any politician inside of whatever country that uses their privilege and power for monetary gain, because they selling our rights out. That is exactly on both sides of the spectrum. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. We do not get almost $33 trillion in debt if both parties didn't sink us this low. But if you go ahead and you look up there, I just realized Mitch McConnell has been sitting in office for more than 30-something years.
Yeah.
And he glitched out on television.
I mean, glitch like he was buffering for a moment.
I still think it was
And that
something
was the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about it. They said it had something to do with him either having a stroke or something like that. It's like, okay.
Term limits.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you got to understand that even on both sides, there's people that are too old to be in there that's controlling this country, and that's the whole big. That's
If
the big thing about
AOC
it.
can fix her lips to say that after the age of 72, you have outlived your youthfulness, then she need to go ahead and look at everybody that she work around, because there's a whole bunch of people that's sitting in Washington, D.C. right now that is over the age of 72. This is AOC. She was talking about y'all. She was talking about me. She was talking about you. She was talking about our grandparents. That once you hit 72, you have outlived your youthfulness or usefulness for the United States citizen. So if you look at what they're doing to Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, and all the rest of this, once you get to a particular age, if you keep going to the hospital, sooner or later they're going to stop treating you because you are a burden on the healthcare system within inside of the United States. So if you thought that COVID-19 was a joke and them shutting up grandmas in old folks' homes without allowing y'all to see them, if you think it was a joke that they pushed all those COVID patients up there with grandma and grandpa and a whole bunch of them died and you was nowhere around, it's coming to a town near you. But I'm sure if you
And what
broke,
did they say? They said there's going to be another pandemic. Did anybody say that?
no, that's Event 201.
What's that?
Event 201, they have literally been practicing this for a very long time. Go over there and type in Event 201. Not only did they already predict 201, Event 201, Dr. Fructose corn syrup had came out in 2017 and said that Trump will have to deal with a scamdemic in the lights that no one has ever seen before. So that tells you they already planned this from the beginning. It's Event 201.
Right.
It did actually. Now type it in. I don't care about Snoop. I don't care about fact checks. Type in Event 201 exercise. This is brought to you by the powers that be from all around the world.
Exercise.
It tells you exactly. It gave you all the names. You know, Omicron. It gave you Alpha. All the rest of them. It literally tells you what they have planned all the way up to the year 2030. So if anybody don't believe it, I don't care what people don't believe or do believe at this point in history. For people to be so smart and they got a supercomputer in their hand, why do anybody need to prove anything to anyone at all? Logical sense was something that Gen Xers, we had to learn.
Well, let's talk about it. I got the article pulled up right here.
Why don't you read it to them?
All right. Event 201 was an exercise organized in October 2019 to simulate what might happen if there was a severe pandemic. We've been asked by readers to look into whether it really happened, why it wasn't covered much in the media, and whether it's simply a coincidence that it took part just months before the COVID-19 pandemic started. The event was real, but the fact it took place just before the pandemic started doesn't mean that the organizers had any secret knowledge, which has been suggested by some.
You should go ahead and back off that one.
Yeah, let's go off
Yeah,
that.
because that is a bold-faced
They're
lie.
trying to say,
Especially when we know.
It doesn't mean that right before the pandemic, it don't mean anything.
Okay, then prove me this. And during the summer of 2019, especially during the 4th of July, over there in Hong Kong, there was riots in the streets. They was parading the American flag. All this in the streets, singing the Star Spangled Banner, all in Hong Kong in the summer of 2019. The next thing that happened, they started spraying all those people with blue spray in the street. And then next thing you know, there was a woman that was being hauled away in a cattle cart. And the last thing she said is that I did not kill myself. Then if you go into, November or October 2019, you have Bill Gates and 11,000 scientists all signing off to coal the earth because they said it was too overpopulated for climate change. And then the next thing you see in November, there's an article with Bill Gates with a syringe and also the antidote. And then next thing you know, people started getting sick. Tell me that. There you go. Pandemic simulation exercise spotlight, massive preparedness gap. Event 201. The visions of a fast-spreading coronavirus with devastating impact. But I'm the one that needs to lie to people. Right. When they sitting here have been planning it for a very long time. It says 2001. Back in 2001, it was a smallpox outbreak. Set off the terrorists in United States shopping mall. This fall, it was SARS-like virus, germinating quietly among pig farms in Brazil before spreading in every country in the world. With each fictional pandemic, Johns Hopkins experts have designed a takeaway lesson that is the same. We are nowhere near prepared. Once you're in the midst of a severe pandemic, your options are very limited. The greatest good can happen with pre-planning. The next thing you know, it's for the greater good. It's for the greater good. It's for
And then
your greater
and
good.
what they do? They force you.
They force y'all.
After they planned the pandemic, they force you to take the solution.
They forced y'all to take that.
Take the solution.
Pure blood.
Yeah, I caused the problem,
Pure blood.
and then now I'm going to force you to take the solution.
Nah, that's okay.
And that's what I want people to understand. But don't. I try to tell people all the time: don't allow yourself to be brainwashed by a lot of the stuff that goes on in the media. CNN, NBC, ABC, all of them all the same. They spew all the same stuff, and they all trying to just indoctrinate the people's minds. The television, they tell you what the vision.
If you're still watching mainstream media, let me break something down to you. All of those media companies are owned by 6 large corporations in the world. I am way down here in Georgia. I can turn on Fox 5, but I haven't watched television in 7 years. I can turn on Fox 5 and listen to the same regurgitated crap y'all are listening to in Seattle, word for word for word. So they're already scripted. They tell you what you think you should know, and you take them at face value without doing your own research. But if you was born in the 70s, born in the 80s, born in the 60s, you know that's something that our gray-haired teachers always taught us: critical thinking skills, logical thinking skills, and how to solve problems. Nowadays, they tell kids and millennials all the way down to my grandchildren what to think, how to think. Your parents are bad. If you don't get it from the government or from your teachers, don't believe it. I will believe my family before I believe somebody getting paid by the government.
Exactly. Put it this way: if most of the masses is going to the left,
go to the
then
right.
That means you might need to go to the right, because most people are followers that don't think for themselves.
COVID-19.
So I want you to understand that most of the people are followers don't think for themselves. Everybody's going to the left.
See,
you might want to go to the right.
They said COVID-19 is a new strand that comes out each year. Then you make sure you get your 7th booster. You hear? Just go ahead and line up and get that next vaccine. Scootaloo.
Right. Go ahead and keep
Be by
getting
yourself.
those boosters.
I ain't getting no boosters.
And then see what's actually going on with these perfectly healthy ball players, 18 years old, and everybody's all of a sudden
they don't know what happened.
Their heart, all these heart failures.
Yeah, I do. No.
Heart attacks.
You know what? Oops. Everybody that's dying and is being sad right now. Sudden adult death syndrome. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't sue nobody. And that was your ass for actually standing in line taking something that if you had any medical experience or knowledge, you know there's no safe drug that come on the market for a good 5 to 7 years.
That's the thing about it. I told myself I'm not taking this because guess what? If I take this and I have some adverse effect,
ain't nothing you can do about it.
You can't sue nobody. You can't make no money.
Dead black man.
You just either dead or just dysfunctional.
Then you gotten these kids that are like twice younger than me, falling out in the flow, and nobody's pretending like they don't know what's going on.
Right.
You mean you telling me in history ain't these many blood clots been floating around America, and in the last 2.5 years now everybody's all of a sudden catching blood clots? Okay then. 2
they
plus
had a study
2
on
is
that.
4.
They had a study on that where I guess whatever's inside the shot, it turns into like this stringy stuff.
Somebody just said that they come out with something new every year. Then that same person that believes that you stand in line for your 7th booster shot and don't come crying to us talking about I should have listened. No, you grown. You do your own. Everybody got their own free will. And you ain't finna convince me because Uncle Sam of the government told us to stick something in our body. I'm supposed to do it. I'm black. I remember Tuskegee. Okay? Yeah. I'm black. I remember Margaret Sanger. I'm black. I remember the Klans. I'm black. So I remember the Democratic Party. So me trying to take advice from the government ain't gonna work with me. Oh, Lucretia, you know, they didn't mean to do all that stuff in history. That's not true. They didn't experiment on black folks. If you were so smart, then you know you would be able to go in there and type it to know that some of the coronavirus virus was literally going after melanated people. And that was a minister that brought that to my attention. And then you're going to have somebody, let's go with Project Veritas, some big fluffy white man thinking he said, these black people are hard-headed. These black people aren't minding what we tell them. I'm going to go out there and get me a blow dart and go in the hoods and approach black people and shoot them with the vaccine. I said, come on, big fluffy. Come on. Go on over there with Pookie and Ray Ray. Matter of fact, go on over there on MLK Boulevard with a blow dart and see how fast they run your fluffy ass out of there. Oh, but Lucretia, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean. He was just, he was just talking. No, I'm gonna take you at face value. If you think you finna go into the black community with a blow dart and think you finna shoot people with a vaccine, so what? Say what? And then you're gonna have a whole.
And then they was offering people money to take the vaccine. What else they was offering? They was offering people
truck.
marijuana.
Wait a minute, it was
P-roll,
Bill de Blasio.
marijuana.
What is it? Bill de Blasio got on worldwide TV and had a Big Mac talking about we'll supersize it. Because y'all don't know no better out there, so I'm gonna give you a Big Mac #1. Because y'all don't know no better, and y'all need to go ahead and take this shot because we know you hungry. And guess what people did? Lined up for supersized food. I said, y'all some dumbasses. And then want to come to us with your virtual signaling. I don't want to smell my funky breath all day, but you go ahead. Oh, now I got heart, I got lung problems. I can't breathe right. There's a reason why we ain't breathing in our own carbon monoxide. But hey, you go ahead and put on 5 masks. 5 masks. Lucretia.
And this is the thing that happened with my daughter, right?
Masks.
Before we started homeschooling her, right? We had her in there not long. She was probably maybe how long ago was that? Maybe she was about 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they had her outside in the hot sun playing with a mask on.
With a mask on.
You running, playing,
With a
need
mask
oxygen,
on.
and you got a mask on your face.
They still wearing masks.
Common sense tell you that's not safe. Common sense tell you that ain't right. I see people riding in the car by themselves with a mask on.
Thank you. Whoever just said, and the shot has been confirmed to cause heart issues. And people still lining up. Somebody literally just said, well, they're coming out with another shot because there's going to be a whole new strand. Go ahead and get your own booster. Don't come over here trying to coerce us. Virtual signal on your own page.
And remember they tried to shame us and say,
yes.
the biggest problem are the unvaccinated.
You're going to kill everybody. Hey, breathing.
But they let the BLM riots happen all crazy, right? But then as soon as the Trump rally happens, they're spreading the coronavirus. I mean, make it make sense. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff is
bah.
Right. You can see what's going on. They're doing it right in front of you. And if you're not watching both sides, you're going to easily be manipulated, man.
Yeah, I didn't fall for that from day one. I tried to tell people every day on my show, y'all, please do your own research. Do not fall for this. I know your mama and them taught you how to read and write. I know your mama told you do not follow the herd off the cliff. Think for yourselves, and if they didn't, holy crap, I'm here the first one to tell you, you have your own free will. You have your own soul. You was born by yourself. You're going to die by yourself. You're going to take accountability by yourself. So whatever your friends and them doing, if you want to follow them over the edge, I sound like a grandma because I am one. You go ahead and you jump over that cliff, but I ain't following with you. And I like clean air, and I know how to read. And anybody that had a mask on, it literally says on the side of the box, will not protect you from viruses. But go ahead and put on 3. Put on 4.
Put on 4.
5, too.
Matter of fact, just close your nose and your mouth and see how that works out.
Stop breathing. Former President Trump got his shot. You really think these politicians took the shot?
Nah. You remember did y'all see what Biden said? He said, you took the shot? Oh, you fine? Oh, okay. Yeah, it works.
You really think these politicians from around the world took the COVID shot? Y'all sound foolish. Even the one with Kamala Harris on stage still had the orange cap on it. And y'all still fell for it. I don't understand you. I don't understand the human race whatsoever. And maybe that's why my circle is tight.
I mean, because a lot of us are a lot of human
y'all
beings are sheep. They're lazy. They don't want to do their own research. They don't want to think for themselves. They say, if my family or my friends or this person right here is going that way, I'm just gonna follow them and trust them. And trust.
Oh, you saying that the shot has not been confirmed to cause heart issues? Stop it. How many more people need to fall out in the flow for you to believe? How many?
And perfectly
who you
healthy.
Gonna bury? Who
18.
you gonna bury? I'm sorry. 2 + 2 = 4. It's called using your logical thinking skills to come up with your own damn answer. And if all these people at the age of 25 and younger hadn't been falling out, having heart attacks, or having any other health issues since the start of time, and now a whole bunch of them are, what is the conclusion of it? What the hell happened to make these people get sick that has never been sick before? Well, I got to wait until somebody tell me what it is, because, I can't think for myself. I got to wait for Dr. Fructose corn syrup and the World Health Organization to tell me I's not going to own nothings and like it, because I got to eat the bugs. Really? You can't use your own logical thinking skills to come up with your own answer. But hey, the doctors didn't say that yet. There's a whole bunch of damn nurses and doctors that walked away from their own health profession because they told you don't do it and it ain't right.
And then a lot of them stood up, and guess what they did?
Dr.
The
E.
only thing they had to do,
Manual.
only thing they had to do was discredit those doctors that stood up to try to help, and say, "Oh, they're just right-wing propagandists. Don't listen to them." And that's the only thing they need to do. That's the only thing they need to do. Oh, they're right-wing propagandists,
Well,
and
you
they would
know,
ignore these doctors that's trying to say.
I'm going to make fun of them because, I can't think for myself, but those people are still healthy and ain't got no heart problem. Well, son, I got to believe the science. Okay, well, toodles, believe what you want. Stand up and take that next booster. Don't come here look at us. Don't ask for us to pray and don't ask for us to cry. You a river.
Well, you need all these different new boosters anyway.
Right,
right.
right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
even when J&J
I never
and
took the.
Pfizer, these people came
I never
out
took the flu shot.
an undercover video and said it was a revolving door and makes more money than they have ever seen before. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm gonna listen to all of what they say, come up with my own damn conclusion, not be coerced.
I mean, they kick people
or
out of
bullied.
their businesses, their professions, if they didn't have the shot to go inside certain restaurants.
That
certain
person
places.
sound like somebody that
I mean,
that
come on,
person.
if that's not authoritarian, and you're gonna defend that, then
that
that's an
person
issue.
literally sound like a man said, "Let me stick the head in. I promise I'll pull it out." Well, you can't get pregnant if we just rub real fast together. I'm telling you, you won't get pregnant if I just stuck that head in. You know what? It don't work that way. This your first time having sex. You can't get pregnant. Yeah, you sound about like that person. I'm gonna use my logical thinking skills.
Let's go to the next subject.
I'm glad I
real
ain't got friends like that, honey. Child, no.
So look, we still talking about, now we got to go on Carly Russell, right? Because this is some new news right here, right? So I had to read the article to you guys. Authorities in Alabama said on Friday that they filed criminal charges against the woman who confessed to fabricating a story that she was kidnapped after stopping to check on a toddler and saw walking on the side of the road on the interstate highway.
Wait a minute, I gotta answer this.
Go ahead.
Why can't you guys put up some facts about what you're talking about? You mean you can't read? You don't have this in your hand? You don't own a computer? You can't research for your damn self. You can't come up with your own logical conclusion. Here is an oatmeal cream pie. Let me force feed it. You want me to force feed you information? You want me to prove to you that the sky is blue? You want me to prove to you that the grass is green?
West Coast is he hard headed, man.
I don't give a shit. I ain't finna prove nothing to no grown ass person.
Hey, everybody that wanted to debate on my page, he tries to debate them, get squashed all the time, and still hasn't learned anything.
Oh well.
It ain't gonna prove anything. I said, what, West Coast, I'm gonna get on here and debate you one day. If you feel like you up to it.
I need for you to make me feel better about my life. Prove it.
And they keep saying Q&A. What? Q&A question. I thought you thought QAnon.
No,
I was
okay.
like, question.
QAnon. Who the hell is QAnon? Who is QAnon? Who's serious? Be since you threw that name out here, please tell me who the hell QAnon is.
He said he's very educated.
No. I'm Lucretia Hughes, Klukin. This is Ace. Who is QAnon? We right up in your face. Have you ever seen a QAnon? If you're not, then stop saying a name if you can't prove out who the person is. Just like you telling us to give you facts, do you need to show me who the hell QAnon is? Stop throwing up stuff. At least you see me. My name is Lucretia Hughes Klukin. I don't have to be behind no shadow government or behind a computer. Hell, I'm right up in your face. Don't compare me to QAnon.
Question and answer?
Seriously, who the hell is QAnon?
You want question if it's Q&A, question and answer?
What is QAnon?
I
Somebody
don't
better
know,
prove
but
that to
they
me.
keep saying QAnon, all these other
Who
different
is that?
things.
I believe.
I don't know. It's supposed to be some right-wing hate group. That's what it's supposed to be.
I don't even know what QAnon is.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, like she said, Twitter made up those groups because I haven't seen them in real life.
I ain't never seen QAnon. I ain't even seen a Q besides the one in the alphabet or quiet because you
Hey,
ain't making
Mr.
no
Rambo,
sense.
what's happening?
No, somebody better explain to
Craig?
me it's QAnon because every time that's the only thing y'all have. You sound like a QAnon. What the hell is a QAnon?
Hey,
Are they
man.
black women? I mean, is QAnon black folks?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. If she a black one that got four kids, 9 grandkids, then damn, who is Q?
QAnon.
Who is Q? Well, I'm gonna try. Please tell us.
some made up that they a made up fictional thing that they want people to be scared about.
I don't even know. I ain't even scared of nothing. Who's cute?
It's just scared of liberals. You know, they scared of everything.
even
They
know who Q
they
is,
think
though.
everybody's phobic of who they are.
Well, okay.
You're a Democrat.
Wow,
yeah.
he hang around some wimpy ass people. If that's the case, right? Wow.
Oh, soft head.
You can definitely never hang with us. You'll get left behind. I don't know who is cute. Who is cute? I've heard that for 2 years. I still don't know who the hell that
Right,
person
they got their own conspiracy theories to be scared of. Oh my God, the QAnon showed up.
Boo.
Just like the movie they tried to say was a QAnon conspiracy.
What is that? Oh, you talking about the Sound of Freedom?
Sound of Freedom,
No,
yeah.
I call the people that don't believe in child sex trafficking is the ones that peek at little girls underneath their skirts all the time. Y'all groomers. If you don't believe that child sex trafficking is happening, you are a straight groomer. We need to check out your search engine, okay? Because
yeah.
you are a nasty person.
My partner just said, he said, have y'all heard about a vaccine being banned in Florida?
Yes.
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 Let's talk about
actually,
that.
the attorney general, the surgeon general of Florida is banning that from Florida and calling it crimes against humanity. Oh, that's a black man. Y'all gonna go ahead and joan on him too? He's the one that's taking the charge. That black man down there in Florida. That's the Surgeon General down there. I'm sure he's a QAnon, right? No, I guess this black man is looking out for everybody else's race and telling you that the vaccine is literally a crime against humanity. Just like
guess what they gonna say?
he's a QAnon.
Yeah, guess what they gonna say?
He's
Oh,
QAnon.
he don't want black people to have the shot to protect themselves. That's what they gonna say, man. They gonna make it an excuse for something.
No, it's just a smart black man. They trying to figure out why he didn't stay in the project. He must be a race traitor, not going to school, not getting his education. No, he's a race traitor. He's a QAnon, because that black man's too smart for his own good. He's a good old little boy. That's pretty much what other black men call smarter black men. What you hating on the man for? Because you didn't go to college, because you didn't follow him. That's you. So, way to go, Mr. Black Man.
There's a Florida surgeon that says a Florida surgeon general blames COVID-19 vaccine for the basketball player Bronny James' cardiac arrest.
He's a surgeon what? Surgeon General.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to believe somebody called West that brings up QAnon. Seriously? I'm going to believe the Surgeon General of Florida before I believe somebody that still think QAnon exists. Really? I believe that strong, educated black man right there. I'm gonna believe him. I'm sure he's an Uncle Tom, right? He's a traitor. He's a sellout because he's smart and he went to school to get his doctorate and everything. That poor black man don't know nothing. He ain't nothing but an Uncle Tom and a race traitor. He's a QAnon.
And the black conservative, we trying to protect y'all. They trying to fight back against us.
That'd be fine. That's why they get left behind.
Oh well, it is what it is. That's what's going on. What's happening in Chicago right now. All the other stuff. That's the reason why all this stuff is still happening.
Wait a minute, cause can you read that one more time? Can somebody say you need to prove it? Read what that black man, the Surgeon General of Florida, is trying to do to protect other people.
It says Florida Surgeon General blames COVID-19 vaccine for basketball player Bronny Jones' cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
His name is Joseph Ladapo. Yeah, I'm gonna let me click on this link real quick and see if there's any more information. Does it not let me click?
No, you would click. Yeah, there you go.
Clicking, my bad. Now we'll turn the camera and all this other stuff, but that might be a little bit too much. But he said 2 USC basketball players experienced cardiac arrest in the past year, and both almost certainly were forced, misled into taking a vaccine, never proven to meaningfully benefit young, healthy people, but definitely proven to cause cardiac injury.
I mean, you might be an Uncle Tom because you sat there and read. You know how to read and write, so you might be an Uncle Tom. I mean, you're on the wrong side because you know how to read and write, and that ain't right. You must be a QAnon because you can read and write.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we're saying things that make sense. We're saying things that help protect people, and hey, we're just allowing you guys to make your own personal decisions so you don't just go do something stupid that could harm you or your family.
At this point in history, and
I'm just being straight up. I mean, if it ain't already too late for some people. If you got one shot, don't go get the booster and all this other stuff.
See, at least you're trying to actually talk to people.
I'm trying to. I'm trying because I somewhat care. I mean, if you're gonna be stupid, then I ain't nothing I can do for you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but the people that are lost, the people that are looking for information, they don't know where to go.
See, he just said that it was the Republicans that started slavery. You still let that guy on your page? Dave, stop laughing. He literally just said the Republicans.
Okay, yeah, that's uneducated. Because the Republican Party was started by black people.
Go ahead, Mr. West. Keep them lies up. Boy.
I mean, I would like for you to get online so I can embarrass you in front of everybody, so people can remember who you are, Mr. West.
You really believe? Did you say the Republicans?
Did he say that?
Yes. Ooh,
The
child,
Republicans formed years after the Democrats.
Ooh,
That's correct.
please don't lose any brain cells talking to this guy. He's fodder. He's not even smarter than me. He's supposed to be a man.
Yeah, we gonna throw you on the front of the bus, man. Cause I see you all the time on the page, man, saying stuff that don't make sense, man.
I believe in the natural order.
I want my followers to help educate you. If I can't do it, if I don't have the time to do it, I want my followers to help educate you. He says you're very well educated and left-wing propaganda. That's what you're very well educated on.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Half the stuff you've been spitting out your mouth is not education. So, no, you don't mention QAnon, Republicans, and slavery. That we need to show you the proof. No, you're not smart. You're not smart at all. Those are the basic things you should already know before anybody else you try to grandstand on somebody. Those 3 topics I just said should be so simple for anyone to understand that actually have book smarts, and that ain't you. You literally mentioned Q, Republicans, slavery, and some more stuff, and you think that you could be able to stand on stage with him, an educated black man, and try to clown him, and he literally just clowned you with straight fact, and you still out there with the foolishness.
Right now. We can pull up all the facts right now. What's happening? We can pull up all the facts right now. I mean, let's be real, man. We could go down a whole list of reasons why you should not be voting for the Democratic Party and thinking that it has anything to do with your color or your skin. It has anything to do with the color of your skin. If you vote for the Democratic Party, you're for all this authoritarian dictatorship. Did they not force people out of jobs when it came to the vaccine? Who did that? Force people out of their jobs.
It was the Republicans and QAnons.
Man, whatever. I'm talking about forcing people to accept transgenderism, transitioning children.
You can't even
all these different demonic things.
In the Democratic Party, you can't even call a woman, and a man, and you think that you have any authority over us when you so confused, you don't know what a man and a female is, and you completely took that out your platform, and you think you have the audacity to talk to us? We not the ones that are confused. At least we have a strong foundation in God. Y'all don't even have God in your platform. Protecting the unborn, that's not in your platform.
Amen.
Protecting the family unit, that's not even in your platform.
Amen.
Understanding what a male and a female is, that is not even in your platform. And you think I want to talk to anyone that rep that set? No, you couldn't argue with anyone because you don't have a sense of ability to even understand what your platform is in there. So who's the stupid one? Who's the ignorant one?
And then when they try to say, oh, well, you're a Republican, you co-signing for white folk. No, I'm co-signing for unity. I'm co-signing for Americans. I'm co-signing for a better government. I'm co-signing for freedom. That's what these are the things that I'm co-signing for. So, Miss Faye, I see you over here trying to get everybody, all the haters to come into the live, which is cool because we can educate them too. I like that. We can educate them.
Why are we supposed to run?
I have no idea.
Why are we supposed to run or hide? Who does that anymore?
I'm telling you.
I definitely not me. I'm not running from no person.
Let's go in.
I don't really care. You don't pay my bills. You don't live under my house. You don't live under my roof. I have no reason to be scared of no one else. And no offense, I ain't finna play with you. I just will not play with you or any of your kind. That's just the way how strong I am because you're not my path. You will never be on my path. So really, you're not worth talking to me, but this his platform. So I would have been blocked your ass. So I'm just being honest.
No,
at
because
this point,
I want them to be educated. I
that
feel
ain't
like
education.
a lot of them,
That's confusion.
Yeah, that is. Well,
When you don't
they're
understand the
confused 'cause they've been
hierarchy of
fed.
things in life, and that is God, man, woman, and child, and you don't understand the basic of what the principles of America is, then why are you even trying to have a debate, a talk, or anything? Those type of the people are the same ones that Peter said, you knock the dust off your feet and you move to the next man. Because this right here is nothing but confusion. And my God is not a God of confusion. Only people of that are Satanists and the people that follow them. So I don't give them a time of day at all. And I'm not turning around trying to grab nobody or trying to convince anybody in the year 2023. So if you don't know the basic concepts of life and somebody have to prove it to you after the age of 12, you too far damn gone.
Too far gone.
Totally far gone.
And sitting here just trying to pick a side because you want to be right and you want to choose one side based off of, because this side is racist. Listen, both sides are ran by white men.
Thank you.
So you sound stupid when you sit here and try to create this division as if the black people own the Democrat Party when they do not. They don't own the Democrat Party. You're still siding and you're still riding the nuts of white people on the Democrat Party, white liberals. The same ones that tell you that you have to transition your children, the same ones that tell you they need pronouns and all this different stuff. And you say that you're pro-black?
And the
because
black
you vote
faith
Democrat?
And the black race is the most religious, the most conservative, the most people that believe in God and God Almighty. God has brought them out of slavery, hard time, hardship, everything through history. That the black race of any race is one of the most strong standing race when it comes to their faith. And this Democratic Party is literally telling black folks God does not exist. How is black people even standing there? I can only know one black person in the 80s, 90s, or 2000s. Grandma didn't have a Bible, his picture, or some relic of Jesus Christ or the faith in their home. And all of a sudden now, the Democratic Party is telling these same black people, you're not allowed to take care of your children. You're not allowed to take care of your house. You're not allowed to worship the God of your choosing, and you have to transition your children. You have to be comparable to killing babies, and you must be willing to throw grandma over the edge, and we will pat you on the head and tell you what's wrong or right. I wasn't raised that way. And I was raised by really strong black people, militant black men, especially the founder of the Black Panther Party of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. And I can guarantee you right now, he would have dusted your ass. You sound weak. You sound dead weak. You don't even sound militant.
That's because he said
you sound weak.
Book of the Deuteronomy chapter 28 tells you what our history would be. It's all in there. It talks about black people and all the other different things that we would go through. And that's
but
why
somehow the black
people
and the black race won't pick up Deuteronomy. They won't pick up the Bible because they're not allowed to. And if they do pick up the Bible, somebody's going to call them a simp or a wimp, or they're going to say he never existed, or don't worry about that false God.
Or they say it's a Christian, it's a white nationalist religion.
It's a white man religion.
And all these things are new because I grew up in the church.
I grew up in the church. We
so
didn't have
I don't remember
choice.
nobody saying that Christians were white national Christians and all this other stuff. Nobody was worshiping the universe.
Nope.
I don't recall anybody, doing these tarot cards.
Nope.
Crystals, all that other type of stuff, all the esoterical type of things.
My grandmother and grandfathers they didn't play that. They didn't play that at all. They didn't play it, and they would never play it, and you would never disrespect the word of God in front of them, around them, or any elder that I grew up with without you tasting your own spit. So you, little young buck, you're beneath me. And everything that my family was raised on, taught me about, you are beneath me and beneath my grandsons and my sons. And they was all raised in a strong foundation of biblical-based churches with their grandmothers and grandfathers and their fathers and uncles. And I can tell you right now, the way you talking, my son would have walked away from you because you sound nonsensical.
Irrational.
Just redunculous. And for any black person out there to say that the black race wasn't strong in their faith, you are a lie and the truth ain't in you.
Utterly ridiculous.
Or you didn't grow up with a grandmother or a grandfather that had any sense. because that is all I was raised upon. Every black house I ever went into had some kind of Bible or something or gospel playing at all times. So for this new generation to think that black people are now supposed to forget everything that our forefathers and our ancestors actually taught us, you sound ridiculous.
You say it's very much
And
Pentecostal.
before you even start trying to tell me about my history, that's my last slave. That's my last slave. So I have my history in my hand, and I'm the matriarch that's going to keep this. She was the first black school teacher. My mom was the first black cheerleader. So I don't want to hear from your lip, because this is my last slave. What was your last slave name? Her name was Lovey. So she taught her. Then she taught my grandmother, and then my grandmother taught my mother, and my mother taught me. So I remember her because she died in 1983. So she taught me as being the very first black teacher in Jackson County, Georgia, to read for myself, digest stuff for myself, and keep God Almighty first and foremost in my life. So I don't care about you or your young buckish ways. And before you tell me to don't forget my history, I have my history in my hand.
Hey, there we go. She got her history right there. What you got to say about that one?
Let me see your last slave.
You said Lovey Mae Johnson.
Let me see your last slave. Let me see yours. Let me see your history. Let me see something that you remember from what you're trying to cry
It's probably
about.
not even foundational talking about all this stuff.
No, that's so I keep that there to remind people before you try to tell me to don't forget my past or my ancestors. I have mine, and I look at her each and every day.
But the thing about it is, you know what we also are? We also an example of how far we have come.
No, people like that's dragging us back.
That's what I'm saying. We are the example of how far we have come. When I go out here and I'm doing things and I feel free and I'm able to talk to anybody, any race, I'm making money, I'm able to take care of my family. I'm the example of how far this nation has come. And I'm not willing to look back.
I'm not going back.
And I'm not sitting here going to sit here and like I'm still a victim of the best economy and the largest economy and the freest country of the world. Doesn't make any sense.
So I'm not going to listen to someone I don't know. I'm going to remember what they told me and what my mom tell me on a daily basis. Keep striving forward. Don't look back and don't turn around. If you need to know about your history, you walk right in that room and you ask her for myself. So I don't need to ask you about my history. I don't need to ask you about my ancestors. I don't need to ask you about my fathers or my mother. My father is still here. My mother is too. So before you ask me about mine, you might want to ask about yours, because it seemed like you are confused at exactly what strong black men and strong black women represented a long time ago, because you're a wussy.
Let me ask you this, because I've been saying this on the comments a lot.
Go ahead.
And this guy just said the same thing. He said, what do you say about the Republicans trying to ban our history, take our history away, and ban
That
the
is,
books and all this other
you
stuff?
know what, at this point in time, I don't need you to placate me. I don't need you to push propaganda on me. I don't need you to do nothing. I don't need you to do nothing at all. And if they feel like you can't tell everybody's history, then why? Just like you're trying to tear down the statues, and those statues been up there for 100 years. That horse and that soldier didn't jump down and smack you on the forehead. And if you that much of a pimp and a wimp that you can't walk by something that is an inanimate object and not feel a certain type of way, then you the problem. I'm not the problem. That thing have a statue been there for 100 years. Did it jump down and just started swinging? That acts, no. So you're going to erase that history. So if you're erasing it, we are bound to repeat it. How we bound to repeat it? Because people like you are going to tell other black men, other black women that, you know what, you'll never amounted to nothing because those people held you down. You'll never amount to nothing because it's the white man's fault. You will never amount to nothing because you won't be able to be an entrepreneur.
Hey.
You will never know what a lawyer is. You don't even know how to be a doctor. You don't know how to do anything. Instead of uplifting them, pointing them in the right direction, telling them that they can amount to something, telling them that they are a man of this universe, they're a man of their own home, they're a man over their finances, they're a man over their spirituality, you sit there and you wait for somebody to spoon feed you on the way you should damn go. Did you know your daddy? Did you have the daddy in the home? Because it don't seem like it. And it don't seem like it at all. And before you have little boys, make sure you have a strong minister or a preacher that you can leave them with, because if they fall in your lead, then you're going to leave a lasting legacy of crybabies.
I'm telling you, man, and make sure you don't teach them to sit down and pee,
Jesus, really, and blame other people for their problems.
Right. You know, I can go down the street right now. Is a down the street from where we are right now. $1 million homes, all black neighborhood. Do you think? Do you think?
Gosh. Don't tell them about this road and how many rich black people on this damn road. Don't tell them people no. Don't tell them that these black people got up every day and work, bust their ass. Don't
think
tell
they sitting
them
around talking about how oppressed they are?
Don't tell them that. Don't
but
tell
they go
these
to their $1 million mansions.
Shh, don't talk. All black people are poor. They don't know no better. Hell, Joe Biden even said black people don't know lawyers. They don't even know how to get accountants. I'm sitting here like I got an accountant.
They don't know how to get an ID.
I got an accountant in my family. I got a lawyer in my family. I got two doctors in my family. I know more rich black people than I know rich ass white people.
Liberals think that y'all can't do nothing. Black people can't do nothing for themselves.
Nothing.
And that's why they want to be
then
celebrated.
You have somebody like West.
Here's a crumb, black people.
And West is
run
like,
off.
I'll take that crumb because I really can't do nothing by myself, and I'm gonna make sure I get out here on my own platform and tell these other black people that you ain't gonna never mount to nothing, and it's the white man that's gonna always hold you down, and it's never nothing that you ever did, but it's cause everybody else was against you, and you're never gonna have a future cause it ain't fair. Right. You sound ridiculous. You sound so ridiculous.
Where I'm from, black people are getting money. We don't need to depend on none of all this other stuff. We don't need any handouts. We don't need none of that because we're gonna do what we gotta do regardless.
Who wrote that song? I'm a hustler, baby, and I want you to know. If you want something in life, you go out there and get it your damn self. What are you waiting on somebody to pay your own bills for? You're gonna be broke, homeless, and blaming everybody else. Hey, West.
Oh, that is it.
Because you done blamed everybody. I'm waiting for you to blame Mexicans next. What the Irish do
All right,
to you?
so you said it's not true. He said he has 3 businesses. Okay. But the funny thing about it is most of the successful black people, they say they all successful, but they also say that we all oppressed at the same time. Make that make sense. You can't be a winner and a victim at the same time. Choose one.
Shit, West is. He been a victim this whole time.
Yeah, give it to me, yeah.
He been a victim this whole entire live stream. Every time that he goes live over here, you be the first black man to jump on here and claim to be a victim. I don't know one black man in my life that would stand up and say, I'm a victim, and it's somebody else's fault. No one.
But see, the thing about it is people get paid now to be victims. I mean,
probably why he got
at
3
the end
businesses.
of the day, people get paid to be victims.
I don't know one black man in my life.
Who's the winner? Who's the victim? I'm the victim.
Ever said I'm a victim and it's the white man's fault? None. Not even those old ones that rocked, overalls.
I want you to go to a wealthy black neighborhood, and I want you to go to a poor black neighborhood, and I want you to ask them simple questions, and you'll realize why they are in 2 different positions. I promise you.
Why one hate one and the other one don't give 2 craps.
Trust, I promise you.
Okay, you gonna start blaming Mexicans for your problems? What about the Germans? What the Germans do? I'm sure you're gonna blame somebody else other than white man. You're gonna blame the Indians?
The Jews.
What the Indians do? Because remember, the Indians was here first. You gonna blame the Indians next?
Well, they enslaved black people too.
Right? And the black people enslaved black people.
Yep.
So who we gonna blame? Let's blame the
everybody.
Black man. Right? It's somebody else's fault.
It ain't everybody. It's like the same thing that they do. The liberal, anybody on that side of the spectrum is always the victim, right? The LGBTQ, everybody in there is the victim. Everybody is phobic this, phobic that, racist this, racist that.
Wait a minute. In order for you to be a phobic, you got to be scared of these people.
Right. I ain't scared of nobody.
I ain't scared of no damn body. Scared of a gay person.
I'm scared of being broke. I'm poor phobic. I'm broke phobic. But you guess what? That started from the mindset. I don't like having a poor mindset. Poor mindset, that leads you to destruction.
Thank you.
That's what it does. It leads you to destruction.
Woo, child. Wow. I don't know how you deal with that. I really don't. For you to be
a man, I like those detractors because at the end of the day, I like to be able to. I like to be able to educate the people that need to be educated.
If a woman ever walk up to me, red, yellow, black, or white, first thing she come out her mouth and say, I'm a victim. I'm gonna talk to her like she got rational sense and try to figure out what happened to her in her past to make her feel like she's a victim. And then I'm gonna talk to her and point her in the right direction to where she could get some hope, at least get some inspiration, at least get a change of mindset or something, not continue to have this woe as me is everybody else's mindset. So when you change that mindset of blaming everybody damn else and really take a good look in the mirror, you might not like what you see, but if you don't like what you see, it's within you to change your outlook, your in look, and everything everybody else and not an inanimate object or which bathroom you think you need to use. So if any woman, because I can't talk to a man, that's not me. A man is supposed to guide a man. I'm supposed to guide a woman because it is the way it is. But if a woman came to me and she started talking this way, first I'm going to listen to her. And then I'm going to say, okay, tell me a little bit, what happened to you? What happened in your past that really made you get this way? And then I'm going to start from there. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to continue because that drains your spirit. That drains your day. It drains your mentality when you start with this. I'm an empath on a lot of things, but I also know what drains my spirits, and it's people like West. So in order for me not to get my spirit drained, I stay away from people like West. There's nothing he can benefit me from. And there's only two reasons for people to walk in your life: to either bless you or teach you a lesson. That's the only reason people come into your life: to teach you a lesson in life or to bless you in your life. West is a lesson. I'm 49. I don't need no more Westicists in my life. So I just choose not to deal with people with your mentality. Because if I wanted that woe is me mentality, I would have stayed in the hoods. If I wanted that woe is me mentality, I wouldn't became a business owner. If I wanted to keep that woe is me mentality after having a fourth child at the age of 20, my black ass would have stayed in the project.
Dang.
If I wanted to keep seeing my black men dead, I wouldn't have stopped. I stopped going to a black men's funeral because I went to 25 by the age of 25. So I'm over it. I'm over the black on black crime. I'm over the scrubs and the crabs in the buckets because you see somebody else, you want to snatch them down and remind them of your dumb life. No, you look in the mirror and you look at your own life and which direction you wanted to go. You want to stay broke, poor, with a victim mindset, you go and follow West. If you want to have a victorious, educated, successful prosperity mindset where you know today might not be good. If you live for tomorrow, you can strive to be another person. I say you follow Ace. But if you just want to sit here and continue going around and around in a circle, blaming an inanimate object, blaming the white man, blaming a whole nother race, then you go over there and y'all follow West. Y'all follow West, but I'm guaranteeing you continue hearing it on a daily basis. You might giggle 3-4 times, but after that fourth time, he gets old. Those type of people get old, especially if you already in that life and you already in misery and you don't see no hope, no sunshine or nothing else. Sooner or later, you're going to start looking for the light. You're going to get drawn towards that light. And it might be somebody that don't look like you. It might be somebody don't even live in the same country as you. But those type of Westicists, they keep the messages. So start going somewhere where if you want to have a prosperity life, go find somebody that's prosperous.
And I'm going to let you know, and this is some real stuff right here. Anybody can be a blessing to your life. Anybody. You don't know who God is sending your way to bless your life. That person can be a white person and you could be black. They could be a Hispanic person. It could be a disabled person. You don't know. So for people to put out this separation and stuff like that, that's why I say I'm about the unity. I'm about unity. Oh, you co-signing for white folk. No, I'm co-signing for unity. I'm co-signing for Americans who love their country, who believe in their country, who believe in more buying power, who believe in a better way of life. All that other stuff, what happened in the past, we living in 2023 right now. The only thing that exists right now is now. And that's what we need to focus on.
But if you're talking about the past, that means to tell me in his basement, he is building a time machine so he can go back in the past and actually rectify all of the situations. So for you want to continue to live in the past, you better be building a time machine and getting ready to rectify those situations. Slavery, Republican Party, the Democratic Party, all of it. But if you just bring it up in 2023 because that's what your talking point is, I'm going to leave your ass back there in the slavery days because you got that slave mentality. And I guarantee you, if you was around any of my grown sons, I would say, let me talk to you for a minute. Get that damn guy away from here. Don't bring that son bitch back here to my. Don't you ever.
When me and my partner sit down, we talk about how we're going to do better, how we're going to get money. We're not talking about white supremacy. We're talking about how we're going to make some money, how we're going to do it, how we're going to put our money together, where we want to be at in the next 5 years. Those are the things that we talk about. We don't talk about that type of stuff.
If one of your girls bring a guy like West home, what would you do?
Man, I mean, one of my girls? Nah, man, I ain't even thinking about that. I couldn't even go there.
You better start thinking about it.
I can't even go there right now.
You better start thinking about it.
Nah, man, because I'm teaching my daughters right now, they wouldn't even do that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Woo, child,
I'm teaching them right now. They're going to be like, huh? What?
Honey,
You a victim? Oh, you broke. Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear that victim.
You got 2 little girls too. He's the type of guy that would literally let a grown man in the bathroom with your daughters. He's the guy. Literally, if your daughters was getting attacked on the street, he would never stop them to help them out because they're your daughters. They're your daughters.
You know, I was talking to a black nationalist the other day, and I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna help my black brother out, or any person out on the side of the street that needed some help. I said, I'm not gonna be the type of person that's gonna be like, what political island you on first? Oh, yeah, I can't help you because you're this, and that. This dude told me, no, I wouldn't help you because you would try to stab me in my black because you are a white supremacist nationalist or some crap like that. I said, what?
I would have said thank you.
I said, boy,
I would have said thank you.
Boy, you sound lame.
I would have said thank you. I would have said thank you. I would have said thank you. Now you know where you stand.
I mean, that's what I'm basically talking about. Don't say you for the black community, right? But you're only for black people that think like you. Same deal. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you done cut the people off.
Oh, then.
Oh, you didn't cut the people off.
Same
okay.
deal. Hold on. Yeah,
There
we
you go. Yeah, that was somebody calling in.
Yeah, same deal for anybody else, man. I mean, it's a lot going on right here.
If a person need help, do you think I care about their path or what political party? They need help.
Yeah.
They
And
just
if you're a
help.
racist, you're a hater to me. You're a hater to me just like anybody else.
It is literally just flipping and scripping over there.
Man, damn.
It'll be all right. I think we did good.
Yeah,
I think. It was
well,
a
listen,
good
y'all,
one.
we probably about to get off anyway because it's acting up. And
You need to charge your phone when
4:30.
you're going live.
I got charged. I mean, enough, right?
You like
yeah,
Dave.
it's
You got
glitching, y'all.
one bar.
They don't want us to keep talking.
You
man.
got one bar. Why you do that? I mean,
They want us
look
to
at
keep
your
talking.
charge. Don't worry
But your
about
show
it.
started at 5, right?
Oh, I can start my show. This is my show. This is episode tonight,
Oh.
1390.
Oh, well, damn.
1390.
Okay.
That's why I can literally clown people like him. I have 1390 shows, been around the United States talking on for free. No one pays, and you think I care about somebody like that? He can't stop me.
Hey, listen, she does this professionally. Who you
stop me.
gonna be speaking before in September?
Dun, 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 dun. I will be introducing Donald J. Trump to the stage. Oh, that damn that racist ass white man. You mean to? Yeah, me. We'll be introducing the Trump family to the stage. So you and people like you think I care about at this point in my life right now? Hell no. So you can't do nothing for me but keep running your lip. You only throw shade, but that's all you can do. You couldn't stop someone like me or anyone else that have said something in their mind to have a prosperous future and make sure they leave a long-lasting legacy. So in a couple of years, that we don't forget about West, but my offsprings won't forget about me. You are nothing to me. That's the point. So when I have dealt with people like him for the last 13 years.
She said, where at?
It's in Kentucky. It's in Morning View, Kentucky, September the 9th. It is going to be on a 200-acre farm. So like the guy said that own it, it's a public event, but on private property. So they're expecting about 30 to 50,000 people. And me and my family, including my mother and my husband, will be selling our shirts. We'll be selling everything that we have because why? We are our own entrepreneurs and we work for our damn selves. So I'm not waiting for somebody to tell me how to live my life. I'm going to go ahead and take the bulls by the horn. And as I'm making history on September the 9th, just remember, I'm going to take him right along with me. So I remember he wanted you to talk.
Conservatives help each other out.
He wanted you to talk to the coon hunters, right?
Yeah, the coon
Now,
hunters.
I want you to talk to the strong-ass people. I want you to talk to people that's actually going to promote you, not drag you down, and definitely not give you a headache.
I know you on the live right there. Show them the flyer. I'm
Okay,
going to post
so-
the flyer for y'all, too, for the people that just want to know. I'll post
This
the
is
flyer.
where I will be.
And if you're in the Georgia area, we got something going on August 5th.
Yes, August 5th. We got so much stuff for the next 3 months. I'm going to be in Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, all over the place. So, that black chick back there, that's me. Oh my God. That's me right there. What? Say what? Yeah, that's me right there. So as you wanted him to find the coon hunters, I'm trying to get him to find the millions. While
Hey,
you're
let's get
trying
it.
to get him to go ahead and debate somebody else, I'm trying to make sure he leaves a legacy for his daughters. So while you're trying to get him to raise his blood pressure, I'm trying to get him to raise his bank account.
Hey.
So we on two different wavelengths.
Amen.
So you go find the coon hunters, I'm gonna find the millionaires and the billionaires, okay? And I know one of his daughters is out there, the other one is with the mama. My job as being 49 years old and a mother myself is to help this young man out in his future and his life and make sure he leave a long-lasting legacy for his children and grandchildren. So in about 100 years, when somebody asks, oh, it's over.
Just clicked off. We was on there for an hour. They
That
don't
was
let you do no
pretty
more than an
cool.
hour. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you just pissed that guy off.
We are here to defend democracy.
Misinformation poses a threat to our nation's health.
Climate change is an emergency.
Democratic socialism.
Codify women's right to choose.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15